This is the goal of what we're seeking to do as we pass the baton to the next generation, that they hope in God and obey God. We read it in verse 7. So that they should set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments. We want those we're seeking to influence not just to become parrots of us. We want them to really hope in God. We want there to be a genuine faith there, a genuine love for Jesus Christ. We're not looking for mere external conformity or good citizens, good Christian citizens. We want them to hope in God. And we don't want them to hope in us. We want them to hope in God. We don't want future generations to look back at us and say, we wanted to do everything exactly as they did. You know why? Because we've made so many mistakes. We don't want future generations looking back and saying, yeah, we're just doing everything that you did. No, don't do that. We've made tons of mistakes. It doesn't mean future generations don't have a good bit they can learn from previous generations, but we're not passing on some infallible legacy. We don't want the future generations to put their hope in our musical preferences or our way of doing things or our structures or our band arrangements or our communications methods. We want them to hope in God. We want them to hope in Jesus Christ. It's important that we're not the object of someone's hope, because we will fail them. We will disappoint them. We will perhaps confuse them. We will let them down. We want their hope to be in God. Nor do we want their hope, future generations' hope, to be in technology, which is more and more an increasing temptation. Listen, there is no new instrument, no video software, no lighting or sound system, no piece of gear, no new website or social networking technology that is ever going to alleviate our need to hope in God. Never. I hope those weren't the people who have no idea what those things are clapping. I hope those were some of the people who actually Twitter and use Facebook and all that stuff. We don't want future generations to put their hope in good books, although books are a gift from God. And if you want your faith to be strengthened, I would encourage you to read a lot of good books. But that's not where our hope is. Our hope is not in our own efforts in reading them. We want their hope to be in God. There are 10,000 idols that future generations can put their hope in besides God, and every one of them will fail. Every one of them will prove empty and vain, because only God is worthy of our hope.